The courtroom is buzzing with anxiety. Jasmine sits to one side, calm and assured. Tasha Glenn, her lawyer, is adjusting her paperwork. On the other hand, Kirk Frost seems worried, wiping perspiration off his brow. Rashida sits a row behind him, arms crossed and avoiding his gaze. Judge, firmly, we're here to continue the case of Washington versus Frost. Ms. Washington, your legal team may proceed. Tasha rises up and clears her throat. Tasha responds, Your Honor, after reviewing the emotional toll, the financial strain, and the public scrutiny this case has brought to our client, we are prepared to offer a settlement. The court looks at Tasha, fascinated. Kirk's lawyer tenses. Judge, you please continue. Tasha turns and stares straight at Kirk. Tasha, Mr. Frost and Ms. Washington is prepared to withdraw all allegations with one condition, a payment of $100,000. The courtroom gasped. Kirk, whispering to his attorney, is she serious right now? Kirk's lawyer, low, it's legal, it's brave, and honestly, it could be your best path out. And Tinti. Rashida's boutique. Later that day, Rashida shuts the store early and paces the floors. Kendra comes in and instantly senses the tension. Kendra, I just returned from court. Girl, that was something. Ashley, she actually asked for $100,000. Like this is some sort of auction. Kendra, you think it's about money? Rsheda, quietly. It's about control, and maybe justice, depending on how you look at it. Kendra sits down, watching her friend struggle. Kendra, so what's Kirk gonna do? Rashida glances out the window, lost in contemplation. Rsheda, as for the decision, I don't know. But whatever he chooses, it changes everything. Auntie. Kirk's studio. Night Kirk sits, his head in his hands. His phone vibrates with a message from Jasmine. Text from Jasmine. This isn't just about me. It's about our son. Do you want this to go away? Make it right. He sighs and echoes Jasmine's demand. He glances over at an old photo of himself holding infant Jordan, smiling as if everything was normal. However, things were not going well. Not then. Not now. Kirk V. Oh, I never thought it would come to this, but maybe this is what I deserve. Auntie. Jasmine's apartment. Same night. Jasmine is on the phone with Yandy. Yandy lie on speaker. Girl, you sure about this? $100K ain't little coin. Jasmine, he's been avoiding responsibility for too long. I've given him every opportunity to step up. Now he can pay to walk out. Yeah, and DY, you don't believe it'll backfire? Jasmine, if it does, I'll be prepared. I'm not the same Jasmine I was 5 years ago. Jordan enters with the sketch. Jasmine grins and kisses his forehead. Jasmine to Yandy. This is for him. Everything. And Tempty. Kirk's house. Next morning, Kirk sits at the kitchen table, clutching heaps of invoices and court documents. Rashida enters softly, her demeanor stiff yet serene. Rsheda, you go and pay her? Kirk, quietly, I don't know. What would you do? Rsheda, without hesitation, I'd consider the expense of pursuing this lawsuit, as well as the cost of losing your family, your brand, and your son's respect. Kirk glances up at her, his eyes sad. Kara K. As for the question, would paying her make me a coward? Deborah, no. What ignoring her may make you a fool. And Tink T. Mediation office. 2 days later, Kirk and Jasmine sat across from each other with their attorneys present. The atmosphere is tight and professional, but personal history lingers under the surface. The mediator responds, so we understand the proposed settlement is $100,000. Is that still your offer, Ms. Washington? Jasmine, yes. I dropped the lawsuit. He pays the payment. We walk away clean. Kara K, you said this was about Jordan. Then why does it seem like a ransom? Jasmine, coolly, because you fled from responsibilities, Kirk. This is what accountability looks like. Kirk glances at her, wondering whether he should be furious, embarrassed, or thankful. Mediator. Do you accept the terms, Mr. Frost? Kirk asks Jasmine, his gaze firm and unwavering. Then he looks at the mediator. Kirk, I need 24 hours. Auntie. Jasmine's apartment. That night, Jasmine paces the living room. Her closest friend Toya is here, drinking tea. Toya, you think he'll pay? Jasmine. If he has any sense left, he will. Toya. And if he doesn't? Jasmine sits, her voice steady. Jasmine. Then we return to court. And this time, I am not holding back. Kirk's house. Same night, Kirk unlocks a drawer and takes out an old envelope with a note Jordan wrote last year for Father's Day. He reads slowly. Dear Dad, I hope one day you will be proud of me. I want to be as powerful as you. I hope I make you proud too. Kirk wipes away a tear in his eye. Kirk, V.O. You will, son. I swear you will. He takes up the phone and calls his lawyer. Kirk says, tell her I'll pay. The paperwork is ready. Kirk Frost sits with his lawyer, pen in hand. His face remains expressionless, but his heart is pounding. Lawyer, once you sign this agreement, the case will be dropped. There will be no going back. Kirk looks at the dotted line. His mind flashes back to missed anniversaries, disregarded messages, and Jasmine's quiet weeping. Kirk, quietly, let's do this. He signs, INT, coffee shop hill. Later, Jasmine sits with her attorney, Tasha. She gets a text that says signed. Funds will be sent within 24 hours. It's done. She exhales deeply, filled with relief, vindication, and maybe even regret. Tasha, are you okay? Jasmine, I expected to feel happy, but now that it's over, it just feels heavy. Tasha, that's because truth is heavy, especially when it's been sitting on your chest for this long. Auntie, Rashida's house at Nagaht. Rashida enters into the kitchen, where Kirk is sitting alone and gazing at his phone. Rashida, you paid her. Kirk nods, yeah, it's done. Rashida pours tea and sits across from him. Rashida, so what now? You think making a check makes things right? Kirk, no. But it may be a start. She does not argue, just sipped her tea, her gaze fixed on his. INT. Jasmine's apartment. Next day, Jordan jumps about excitedly. Jasmine gets a wire confirmation on her phone. $100,000 is obvious and definitive. Toya, over coffee, you got it. You should celebrate. Jasmine, I didn't do this to party, Toya. This money isn't revenge, it's recovery. She takes out a list. Jasmine, CO and Pink TV. First, I'm getting Jordan a new bed. Then we're relocating to a nicer apartment. And the remainder is for his college fund. Toya, girl, that's power. That is the purpose. Recording studio. Night Kirk attempts to concentrate on the music, but nothing sounds right. Young Jock comes in and feels the atmosphere. Jado Sosi. What's up, bro? You seem to have lost a battle with your conscience. Kirk half laughs. I believe I did. Chelsea, you did what you had to. Sometimes writing a check is cheaper than writing regrets. Kirk nods, uncertain if that was enough. MT. Rumors have surfaced about the talk show set for the next day. The tale is everywhere. Jasmine demands $100,000. Kirk pays. Screens light up over Atlanta. Jasmine is invited to a tiny local talk show. She hesitates but eventually accepts. The host responds, Jasmine, many women watching you right now are calling you brave. Others are calling you bold. What do you say to those who think you did this for fame or fortune? Jasmine stops and takes a breath. Jonathan, I didn't do this for a camera or a check. I did this for my son, because someday he'll ask me if I stood up for him when no one else would. And I want to say yes. The crowd raises its hands. Auntie. Kirk and Rashida's bedroom. Same night, Rashida looks through internet comments. Some people support Kirk, while others drag him. She glances over and sees him sleeping. Then she puts down her phone. She goes over and gently awakens him. RSEDA, you know what would have cost less than $100,000. Kirk blinks awake. RSEDA, CONTDD. Telling the truth a long time ago, she walks out of the room, leaving him in quiet. INT. Jasmine's new apartment. Moving day boxes are everywhere. Jasmine helps Jordan unpack his toys. Jordan, Mommy, why are we moving? Jasmine, because we're beginning something better, and it begins with being courageous. Jordan grins and gives her a hug. Outside, a truck is being unloaded. Her new life is finally true. INTT. Restaurant, private dining room. Night Kirk eats dinner with his lawyer and publicist. Publicist, damage control is key now. You made the payment, but you need to own the narrative. Kirk, you mean spin it. Publicist, I mean guide it. You still have admirers, but staying quiet may cost you your career. Lawyer, she's correct. This was a clean contract. No NDA, no gag order. She can and will speak. Kirk drinks his beverage. Kirk, please. Let her talk. I'll answer when I'm ready. On my terms. Interviewer Jasmine's living room. At the same time, Jasmine glances at her laptop. Her interview went viral. She gets a text. From unknown and Neuenbier, you receive what you want. Now gone. She looks at it. Doesn't respond. Deletes the message. Tonya, from the kitchen, girl, is everything okay? Jasmine, softly, not yet, but it will be. Courthouse, a week later, Jasmine steps in for the last time, not to argue, but to submit the formal dismissal. She delivers the papers to the clerk and signs them. Rashida goes through her phone behind the bar, reading blog headlines. Jasmine Washington speaks out, $100,000 for silence. Kirk Frost's payout, deal or desperation. Is Rashida caught in the crossfire? Kendra steps in carrying 2 smoothies. Kendra, the streets are talking. You okay? RSEA flat. I'm wary of being a headline. Kendra, you didn't cause this. RSEA shrugs, but I keep cleaning it up. And TT, Jasmine's apartment. Same time Jasmine browses through the same headlines. She throws the phone away and opens a notepad titled Goals. Inside, new apartment debt relief, Jordan's college fund, business development, full disclosure, circled. Tonya, off screen, girl, you still thinking about that documentary? Jasmine, yes, it's time. I want my story told on my terms, not on someone's gossip blog. And TT, P out of the CSA studio. Night Kirk enters a dimly lit studio, headphones on the desk. Marcus, the host, greeted him kindly. Mr. Marcus, Kirk Frost, man of the hour, ready to speak your piece. Kirk sighs. Let's just be real, I messed up, but people need to hear the whole story. Kirk leans forward as the red recording light turns on. Kirk, nobody is perfect. I admit that I failed, but that check was not a bribe. It was a door that needed to be closed so I could face the mirror. Below the GR studio. Same night, meanwhile, Jasmine interviews emerging internet presenter Kayla Stone in an exclusive video. KELA. So many people assume you came up on a paycheck. What do you say to them? Jasmine, it wasn't a payment. It was a payoff for agony, for quiet, for being obliterated. I didn't win the lotto. I took what was long deserved. Kayla nods, amazed by Jasmine's lucidity. Jasmine, this wasn't vengeance. It was reflection. And T. Kirk watches the interview playback on his phone in his living room late at night. Rashida stands at the doorway. Rashida, you believe that paying her would make it disappear? Kirk, I expected her to go away silently. RSEPA, you gave her a microphone when you handed her that check. She walks away. The impact of her words stays. INT. School EVNT. The next day, parents and children attend Jordan's school play. Jasmine sits in the crowd, proud but frightened. Kirk steps in, uninvited but determined. He sees Jasmine. "Kirk," softly. Jasmine asks, "Is it okay if I stay?" She hesitates before nodding. They sit silently as Jordan enters the stage. Jordan on stage. "My mom is my inspiration. She never gives up and speaks the truth, even when it's difficult." Jasmine tears up. Kirk observes, mute and terrified. XT. Parking outside. After the PLA, outside, Jasmine straps Jordan into the vehicle. Kirk approaches. "Kirk, hey. He's amazing. You've done a great job." Jasmine, "Thanks. Took everything I had." He stops and says gently, "Kirk, hey. Maybe I can start giving back, even if it's just by showing up." Jasmine, measured. "Showing up means more than writing checks, Kirk." "Kirk, hey. I know. I'm learning." Intense. PLDCST studio. Next day, Marcus shares a snippet from Kirk's interview. "I pay for tranquility, not quiet." The internet responds quickly, and diverse viewpoints stream in. Some people applaud his honesty. Some call it manipulation. Hashtags trending. Hashtag Jasmine speaks. Hashtag Kirk pays to. Hashtag reality truths and T. Jasmine's new home OFICE. Evening, Jasmine meets with the producer to discuss her new documentary idea. "Producer, your story is powerful. We can shoot in 2 weeks, but once this goes live, there's no taking it back." Jasmine, "I'm ready. The world's heard his side for years, now it's my turn." INT. Rashida's closet. Night, Rashida films a private vlog. RSEE to camera. "For years, I remained silent, supported my boyfriend, and took knocks from the world. But now, I'm speaking for myself, not for Kirk, not for Jasmine, but for me." She shares the video. It quickly became popular. INT. Jasmine's living room. Later, Jasmine watches Rashida's vlog. She does not respond bitterly, just sits in thinking. Toe, yeah? She's finding her voice too. Jasmine, good. We all deserve to be heard. NT. Courtroom State PS. FLASHBACK. A quick flashback shows Jasmine leaving the courtroom the day she filed her lawsuit. Her face seemed weary back then, but now we notice the difference. She is stronger now, louder, unafraid. INT. Jasmine's DOCENANTARE sit. Teaser shoot. Jasmine sits beneath a soothing light, her eyes clear. Jasmine, to the camera. "I am not here to drag anybody. I'm here to heal, to tell the truth, and to show other women that you don't have to be silent to be respected." The documentary USILENCED, The Jasmine Washington Story, has now gone online. The vistas grow by the hour. Tweets fly. Clips are widely shared on TikTok. Comments pour in. "She held it down for years. She now owns her tale. $100,000 wasn't enough. She deserved the truth." Kirk Frost, "Are you seeing this?" And T. Kirk sits on the sofa with his laptop open. He sees Jasmine's documentary. A scene strikes him hard. Jasmine, on screen, "I didn't just desire money. I wanted recognition. I needed someone to look me in the eye and say, 'You matter.'" Kirk pauses the video, stares toward space. Kirk, to himself, "She's correct." And T. Rashida and her helper, Kenya, are surrounded by cartons of her new clothesline. Rashida, on the other hand, is silent and absorbed on her phone. "Kenya, you okay?" RSEDA. "I watched Jasmine's documentary and she told the truth. And now it is my time." Rashida arrives live on Atlanta's premier morning radio program. Hosty, "Rashida, you've remained quiet through a lot, but now Jasmine is here with the whole documentary." RSEDA. "I stand on truth. Kirk made mistakes. But so did I. I stayed quiet when I should have spoken. I tried to keep my family whole, but in doing so, I let some people break." The room becomes silent. The city listens. INT. Kirk returns to Marcus's program, this time on request. Marcus, people are dragging you online. Jasmine's documentary did not hold back. What are your thoughts? Kirk, it hurt, but she revealed the truth, and maybe the truth is intended to hurt before it heals. Marcus, so what's next for Kirk Frost? Kirk firmly answers, accountability. I can't rewrite the past, but I can be a better man going ahead, not only in public, but in private. And Community Center, evening. Jasmine addresses a gathering of young ladies during a local empowerment program. Jonathan, you don't have to scream to be heard. Sometimes standing still and speaking clear is enough to shake the world. A round of applause follows. A little girl raises her hand. Young Gerald, were you scared? Jasmine, softly, yes, but I was more afraid of staying quiet. And family court. Days later, Kirk and Jasmine go before a judge, but this time not as enemies. The judge will decide. Both parties have agreed to establish a formal parenting agreement. Mr. Frost, you'll be listed as legal father. Shared custody will be honored. Kirk stares at Jasmine. She nods. There's no bitterness. Only one thing remains. Closure. Park. Weekend. Kirk walks with Jordan and throws a football. Jordan, Mom said you're gonna be around more now. Kirk, that's right. I should have been here a long time ago. I'm sorry, son. Jordan shrugs and tosses the football again. Children forgive quicker than adults. The moment is easy, but sacrosanct. Rashida's closet. Her vlog returns. Rashida addresses her viewers once again. Life doesn't have ideal endings, but healing doesn't require perfection. It simply needs honesty. I admire Jasmine, and I hope she finds peace, as we all do. Documentary Esit. Post-release interview. The producer speaks with Jasmine some weeks after the documentary success. Producer, millions saw your tale. What now? Jasmine, now I live, nurture my kid, and grow my company. And maybe someday, I'll be able to assist other women express their stories as well. She grins honestly, finally. PODCST Studio. Final EPI. Marcus delivers a special podcast episode entitled The Frostbite Has Healed. Marcus, last monologue. What we witnessed wasn't just a scandal. It was a narrative of quiet survival and courage. Jasmine shared her truth. Kirk confronted his. Rashida rose in her own way. And maybe, just maybe, that's what mending looks like. Not flawless, but achievable. Jasmine's home at night. Jordan sleeps soundly. Jasmine lights a candle beside the window and settles down with the diary. She writes, "This chapter is over. The whole globe hurt me. But most significantly, I hurt myself." MONTAGE. Fast forward momentous. Jasmine speaks at national events. Kirk is Jordan's minor league coach. Rashida is creating a mentoring program. Jasmine is creating her own artistic studio for single parents. The music intensifies. The screen goes to darkness.